All right, today we start to tackle the beams, getting those knocked out, maybe even hanging a few doors. Sounds good, right? Stay with us. Hey, what's going on? This is Brian over here at the Little Orchard Farm. Welcome to today's video. It's a chilly morning here in North Alabama. And we've got a lot of things that we're going to try to get running today. We've got some beams to wrap. We've got some doors to hang. It's going to be a lot this weekend, plus maybe a couple of other surprises. We'll see how that works out. I'm gonna get on inside and let's get busy. Let's do this. We had some mid-20 degree weather last week. I wasn't expecting the downward turn that quickly. I was anticipating a couple of 40s, maybe some upper 30s, but it hit 25 and actually snowed on November the 30th here in North Alabama. And that hardly ever happens. Yet another example of how wacky and crazy 2020 has been. So I've got to build a really small, I got a quick little box, stuff it with insulation and put it up underneath the house where the water pipe is going from the ground up to the cabin floor. I need to insulate that because at 25 degrees, that PEX is liable to freeze on me. So let's jump on that real quick and we'll knock that out. All right, so here's our pipe. It's got the foam insulation around it, but I'm not gonna trust that. What I want to do is just put a box around it, secure it up here to the floor joist. So I'll just pop it here, stuff it full of insulation, and I think then that will insulate this quite nicely. All right, I'll take a little dirt and pack around the base there. And I think that'll be plenty to insulate that pipe. That should hold that pipe from freezing over now, so we're good there. We're gonna get in here and measure the dimensions for the beams, and then we're gonna get our lumber, get it cut the size, get it stained, and while it dries over the course of maybe a half a day today, we'll move on to something else and jump on maybe some of the doors or something like that. All right, I'm gonna jump up here and get a measurement on this, and then we'll get out there and hunt some wood up and start working. Got it. All right, so we've got our 6 boards cut. These 6 boards are going to be the sidings for the beam. We've elected to go a little high on the 2 sides and not put the top on because we don't feel like anybody's going to see the top. Plus, we want to nest. We want to place some LED lights down in the trench, so to speak, across that top where it illuminates the top. And we think this will create that really nice cavity for us to be able to do that. So we've had a bit of an emergency. I came around here to get some water from the spigot. Nothing. Once I saw that we had no water, I went up here and I saw where we had a blowout. Don't know how long it's been like this. Could have been going for days. Let's go over here and fix it. All right, so I got up here and right at the valve, I said, you know, I think I told you guys a little earlier that we had temperatures down in the mid-20s. I did not backfill these buckets at all with dirt, and
and I think that may have cost me. I've got to dig this out, get this water out of here, and then we can get to repairing the PVC. All right, so that's what I'm looking at. I've got the one pipe where the bucket used to sit was right in here, and so it broke right at the right at the valve. Broke right at the valve, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this one off, and I think I'm just going to stick a valve right back on it. I don't think I need to put an extender or anything like that. I may have to cut my opening back a little bit to make sure I can get it up in there. But then I'm just going to terminate it right there. Run out of battery. Goodness gracious. All right. Got my all right. I got my pipe cleaned off, sawed off. There's the damaged piece that I removed. I'm gonna throw some glue. Yeah, so we're gonna throw some glue on a new valve. Slide it on there. Whew. See if that works for us. All right. Whew. There you have it. Oh, the new valve is in. I got it glued on there. I'm gonna give it just a few minutes to set up. I've got to get the bucket back in here, and then I've got to backfill with some of this wonderful mud or dirt or. All right, let's wrap this thing up. We got work. We got beams and stuff to be doing. No time to be playing on water. Busted water pipe. All right, got it all covered back up. Unnecessary task of the day, emergency task of the day, taken care of. All right, let's get back down to the cabin, get back to work on that. Whew. Alright, let's cut some straps on this. All right, got some studying to do. I'm a little tight at the top. Made my adjustment on the opposite corner and got the gap. Karen got that gap straight up across there, pretty nicely done. But there's still something I'm missing. Not quite sure what it is. We'll figure it out and we'll have that thing up and running tomorrow. And when we do, I think it's gonna look awesome. Get it in there and hide it.
Pump's going, water's flowing.
Oh, speaking of, we need to go turn the water on this morning too. All right. Check the door again. We good?
Okay, we got the door pretty well flush.
Yep. Yep.
Closes quietly.
Yep.
It lines up where the locks or the doorknob goes.
Yep.
Very quiet when it shuts.
Yeah.
So what changed between yesterday
Well, number
and
one.
this morning? I assume it was sleep.
Yeah,
started
number
it.
one, it was sleep. We got some rest, so we weren't as I wasn't throwing things. So the door was wrapped, and so what that essentially means is that one or both sides were not level and plumb, and therefore the door, instead of having a perfect square, it was like a parallelogram. It was like leaning.
It's like the state of Tennessee.
It was like the state of Tennessee, ever so slightly, and it doesn't take much because when I put the square on it, we were literally, like a half inch,
Yeah.
but a half inch over the course of, what is this, 7 foot or whatever, turns out to be quite crooked. But now if we put our thing up here, we're pretty darn close.
We're close enough where the door doesn't make noise when you shut it.
And the gaps are, relatively consistent across the whole door. All that to say, a little YouTube and a little sleep, bam, we got our door in. So we're gonna get that secure and we'll move to I guess we can go ahead and put the beams up this morning. Let's go ahead and cut the beams and get those up. I'm excited to see how they look.
While we're in a good mood.
While we're in a good mood. Got a little bit of staining to do, but our beams are up. Our beams are up. I think it looks really good. So yesterday we had the water line break up at one of the valves. I'm gonna go up there and turn the water back on. We're gonna check and see if that joint holds from where I repaired it. Let's go check it out. All right, so Karen is reporting from the house down there that she's got full pressure, which is really good. And I don't have any leaks. Well, all right, well, there you have it. We've got some doors going up. We've got, we've got beams going up. It's been a great weekend, a really, really great weekend. This next upcoming week, we have a couple of really, really cool things coming up. The cabinetry will be here next week, I'm told. And the propane tank delivery will be coming, and we'll be putting it in our big hole out there that you've seen in the past. And so those are two really huge activities that are going to be coming up this week. That means that I will get in touch with my buddy Kevin, the electrician, and get him back out here to start hardwiring in the stove. Karen and I have to go get the stove top so that we can get gas hooked up to that. As well as the hardwire electricity for that. And then this upcoming weekend, James is supposed to be coming back out, and we're going to finish up this porch. The last thing to do, as far as a big activity, is to get this porch finished up. Now we still have some trim work to do. We've got to put some nice trim wood up underneath here, and man, eventually we're gonna do the post here the same way that we did the beams on the inside. We're gonna wrap them with a dark espresso colored stain. And so we still got quite a bit to do out here. We got to put our railing in and things of that nature, which is really, really going to be cool. You guys want to stick around and see what we're going to do with that. But for the most part, it's been a wonderful weekend, very productive weekend. Unfortunately, we ran into the emergency with the water line bursting. You do what you got to do, right? You got to take time out and fix the issues that you have. But anyway, we're so grateful that you guys joined us for this week, and we hope that you guys have a wonderful week, a very blessed week.
And until we see you again the next time, we will. See ya.